has an impact play in the dying stages of a match.
There is another change that has happened. Kwazela, the defender, has also gone out or gone in for Kalinga.
But the sort of attacking attitude that Benny McCarthy has, I'm rather surprised to see Kwazela coming on, the central defender, 21-year-old junior, and Kalinga over on the far side. Now the referee, is he going to run the whole width of the pitch and give a yellow card to Kalinga for not leaving the field of play quickly enough? It doesn't look like it, but Kalinga, as far as the contribution is concerned, 40% maybe pass rate.
Like I think we said, between Maduna and Kalinga, they didn't come into the party. They were not supportive enough to Majoro, who was forced to play almost like in isolation from everybody else up front. But you got to give it to Anil Pirates' ability to shut all the passages in that middle, which made it difficult for them to find Majoro.
Mchimbi blown for the foul on Paseka Marco. Persistent pushing away in the chest of the 27-year-old left-sided fullback for Orlando Pirates.
Now the change for Amazulu will be that they can at least play long passes to find Mtembu, who has an ability to hold the ball. And I think for the most part Majoro wasn't able to do that because he's a runner. He likes to run behind the defensive lines. But now at least they've got a point of reference in Mtembu. And hopefully that might work in their favor by drawing the other midfielders to get a little bit closer for combination play.
And he's also quite a big unit. He's the 33-year-old from Chiefs Free State Stars, Cape Town City. He's been around a little bit. Here's Ben Moswari. Gets the ball away hurriedly enough to Paseka Marco. Return ball. Second ball low. Falls to Amazulu. And that's exactly the man we were talking about. Spilele Mtembu. Touch from Mamela. Good defense from Innocent Mayela. Good attack from Amazulu. This is Butelezi Nubo. Good bear. Sorry. It's a Tebe through the middle. Nancy Kakane picked up a yellow card just moments ago and hearing whistles, but it's not from the referee. Nube. We've spoken about the defence, the organisation of Orlando Pirates throughout the course of the match, and once again they prevent Amazulu from causing any problems. Look at Mhango. It's a rugby tackle on the edge of the penalty area eventually. And Mhango wants to retaliate on the substitute, Ngube. And Ngube trying to get the attention of Mr. Kunta. And I think Kunta might reply with a yellow card if you're not careful. But Kunta was a bit naughty, I felt. And Ngube, not Kunta, the referee was on top of his game. But the holding midfielder was naughty.
I think he was forced, Ngube was forced to actually give a little bit of a nudge to Mhango because he gave the ball away and he had to chase. Yeah, that has a card written all over it.
Well, I mean, the frustration crept in. He nibbled, niggled, tried to trip him up and eventually hacked him down. And he's got to be careful too because he's on 3 yellow cards and might miss the match against Swallows at the Johnson's Kings Park Stadium. Well, that's not a yellow card he's offering. It's the whistle to say, wait for this before you take the kick. He's making it very clear. Half an hour elapsed in the second half. 15 minutes remaining. Mhango, can he score his 4th of the season and put Pirates in front in a very, very important part of the match? Kwazela in front of him. Latest substitution for Amazulu came on for Tobo Kalinge. Mhango has got to look for the direct route, surely.
Yeah. That's even closer than the other one that he took earlier. And distance is not too bad also. He can get it over the wall and still get it underneath the crossbar, depending on the power that he's going to put behind the ball.
Mhango, it's fabulous! Zimbabwe celebrates. And no doubt the Buccaneer supporters at home are celebrating as well. Botwa left flat-footed. That's absolutely fantastic from the Malawian.
Excellent. Fantastic. I mean, he gets it just over the line, even as high as they try to jump over. But it's got a good spin, and immediately once it's got over, it starts dropping. And Botwa didn't have a chance. It's a great goal.
It's a fabulous goal, scored once in the Nedbank Cup, 4 times in the DStv Premiership. This is an important one as well, because if Pirates win tonight, it'll take Pirates level on points with the Le Mans Golden Arrows of Bafana Bafana with a match in hand, and keep up Mazulu on 50 points. Mhango has Pirates leading by a goal to nil. One has to place a friend of mine to blame on that, on Butelezu and Mube. Sniping away at his opponent's heels, bringing him down. And the resultant free kick throttles the ball past Veli Motwe. Beautifully taken by the Malawian. So what's the answer from Amazulu then? Because away here comes Fortune Makaringe, their former Maritzburg United midfielder, who's playing wide at the moment. Look how far deep Satebe is defending. And Globo into the middle. This is Ben Moswari. Namabaso. It's a bit of a spring in the step of Orlando Pirates here suddenly in the second half. Maliela Pule. Now the frustration's going to creep in. We saw this sort of situation when Amazulu went down against Baroka 16 days ago at the Kings Wellatini Stadium. Not used to losing, Amazulu. Orlando Pirates, after the only home loss of the season against Sundowns on the 2nd of May, bounced back with a 3-0 demolition of Lidora Duba Black Leopards at home, where Pirates scored 2 in Mhango. Then a draw away against Stellenbosch FC, setting up this match. But this match is just the start of what could be a profitable week for Orlando Pirates. Because on Sunday they travel to Mbombela United to take on TX Galaxy. Mhango with a little deflection. So Tebe makes sure that there's no further damage done. There's a player crouching in that penalty area, Sekakane, with an elbow injury. Looks to be in some pain. I tell you what, you take a whack on the point of the elbow, it's not funny. He seems to be grimacing quite extensively. So Gabadinho Mhango has just scored for Pirates. Can he lay something else on? Near post flick on from Pula. He's going in the wrong direction. He was looking for over the crossbar, and the ball never got in that direction. Marco continues to good job off the back of Mabato. Claims a handball, given a handball.
Another change that has happened from Azulu is with the introduction of Gwazela. Kumete has gone into the right fullback position, pushing Kakane a little bit forward as an attacking wide player, which is what Amazulu does every now and then.
Makes completely sense to me. Nice to see that shuffle around, but Amazulu on a side used to winning, and it's a habit that you build up, and certainly they did build that up over the 16 unbeaten match run in the DStv Premiership. But they came undone against Baroka 16 days ago. They trailed by a goal to nil here, although there's a good turn here by Campbell. And again, the Orlando Pirates defense, they've given so little away today, and once again it's Mayela.
But I like Tembri's ability, and look how he used the defender to 10. But excellent reaction from Mayela once again to just get his toe into the boot, to put it away for the corner.
7 corners to 3, 10 corners in the match so far, only 3 of them to Amazulu aways the call. There might have been a little touch in there from Ntsikelelo Nyauza. Certainly the throw goes to the visiting side. Lots of chit-chat in there from the captain of the Pirate side tonight, in Nyauza. As I said, Jelly's on the bench. No Platswayo for this encounter. Sigakane, no elbow problems this time. Near post flick on. Back inside it comes from Gumede. And once again, Pirates showing solidity in defence. Look at Motra finds himself halfway inside of his half. I don't think he's going to be as adventurous as Oscarin Masaluke was against Pirates 3 years ago at the Peter Makamba Stadium. His Fortune Makaringe. Hockey. Kuteleza Bue nibbling on the ankles of Kabadinho Mhango. Brings him down. Pays the price.
And this is where you think as a midfielder should have done it a little bit earlier, with a bit of distance, where maybe defensively it wouldn't gone direct. But even at the time when it did it, I still thought maybe it's not a bad idea, because Mhango with a chance to take a shot at goal in that position could have been just a good chance.
Also with a little challenge there on Sitebe. In the meantime, Sigakane once more. Mtembo very nearly turned around.
I think as he turned, he might have gotten his hand into the ball. That's why it was given as a foul. But excellent work by Sigakane. He made a good run out of it.
Slimcut can't believe it, because he thought Mtembo was in. I thought Mtembo was in there. Mayela gets the benefit of the dart from referee Kuncha. Mhango's gone down with a little bit of a nibble, but I don't think there's anything seriously wrong with the Malawian. He'll be delighted with his performance here this evening. Another man who's probably delighted with his performance is our director tonight, Lazola Mahoma, who incidentally has a birthday tomorrow. So from the entire crew here at Orlando Stadium, happy birthday, Mr. Laz, for tomorrow. Hope you have a great day, sir. Top of the table. Amazulu stuck on 50. Pirates will creep to within the same amount of points as Amazulu, as Abafana Bestende. Golden Arrows with a match in hand. And Amazulu will stick on 50, 10 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns, with 2 matches to play, and Pirates on track for that second spot on the table, William.
Well, the coach did say in one of the media platforms that they can still get ahead of Amazulu. And of course, the best thing to do it is to hit the team that actually is in front of you.
After darts. Diving header inside that penalty area. Comes up with nothing from Luvuyo Memela, and Sebongo Puchani will take his time. I think it was Sigakane got his head to that ball. Sigakane's been a revelation, because when he was playing at right-sided fullback, he was sort of adequate. But playing on the right wing now, suddenly he's got a burst of enthusiasm. He really is contributing.
Like I said, for me, I've seen actually Benny McCarthy doing that in a number of games, and now and then it will benefit them, but I don't think he has enough time today to assist in that fashion.
Pirates will be happy to stay on the attack as much as possible. We're inside the final 5 minutes of regulation time. There'll be some stoppage time added on, no doubt, there always is. As Mhango tries to turn around the defence, and then himself gets a little bit enthusiastic, as was the case with Mube on him earlier, but there wasn't going to be a free kick in that situation. They would have troubled the goal of Siabongo Mponchane. So a bit naughty maybe from the Malawian, who can be a little niggly at times. It's a bit hot under the collar. Not the sort of evening for it. It's bitterly cold out here. Do you know what I mean?
He does have a sharp shoes. I think that's it's a given. He just needs to manage it.
So Amazulu looking to power forward here with Ngwazela. Chance for Sitebe! It's a tremendous shot and equally as good a save from Mponchane, because I thought he was going to parry it away, but he hangs on. That's a 35-year-old. Good football.
That's a great shot. I mean, the confidence from Mponchane, who hasn't had much to do, to finally come into the picture in that fashion. Oh boy, excellent save.
The ball was moving in the air. As he had drifted past Ntsikelelo Nyauza. And he did well there, did Mponchane. I'm not sure about the pirouette on the ground, almost like he was practicing the break dancing for the weekend.
I'm not sure about that either.
Needs to work on a bit of style. Anyway, he wasn't going to let the ball go, don't do that.
No.
So he's done well, Mponchane, I feel. 3 minutes and stoppage time, separating Orlando Pirates from edging away to a 3-match unbeaten run, and then after that 3-0 defeat here at the Orlando Stadium against Mamelodi Sundowns, but more importantly getting back to 46 points alongside of Bafana Bestende. Really challenging for the top spots here and consolidating a position in the top 4 as well, which will give them a home match in the MTN 8. Free kick to Amazulu. Yep. Still opportunities for Amazulu. The Orlando Pirates have been solid defensively the entire match so far. They're going to have to continue to be defensive for the next 5 minutes or so. Mayela with the ball away, and now an opportunity for Mabasa. Not the pass he was looking for quite, and Lube with a pick-up and not able to really consolidate with Ndlovu. Mhango. Pule with a second touch. Pirates up front, just looking a little bit loose at the moment. Nice touch from Lubuyu Mumela, and Sitebe will go down, and that'll be another free kick for Amazulu. They want to get a wriggle on and get play underway quickly.
Yeah, a bit of holding from the target.
Pirates in control of ball, but they give it away to Ntemu. Dangerous prospect here for Lesotho. Away by Nyauza. That was a very, very anxious moment for JZ, the coach of this side. They want to make a change, Orlando Pirates. They want to bring on Onassis Ntambo, another one of the School of Cosmos midfielders, went to Chippa United as well. The free kick, William, beautifully struck. Well, it was more of a contribution from Mhango than just the free kick, but the free kick, massive cherry on top of what has been a good performance from the 27-year-old Malawian. And Onassis Ntambo will come and try to orchestrate the midfield. Mabasa will clear from Mthembu, who's worked overtime since coming on as a change player. And suddenly the Orlando Pirates are looking at each other, saying, boys, we've got this far. Stoppage time is beckoning. We've got to hold on to the end. I want to smash and grab point here for the opposition. 4 minutes added on, William Shongwe. And Amazulu, understandably, on the side of fine pressure.
Which is why I think very important for the Pirates to keep their focus on in these dying stages of the game. Particularly for Nyauza and Mayela in the center of defense. No, it's a team effort, but also the midfield for me has got to take a little bit of a cushion by protecting the defensive two in the center. I mean, there's quite a good work that has been done by quite a number of the defenders. I mean, Lovu has also been exceptional, so is Marco. And for me, it's just the effort that they were able to put. I mean, if you think about Gerald, they are taking place off Amazulu, eventually substituted because they weren't afforded the opportunity to play. I mean, Callington's a ball player, Matuna is a ball player, Machoro is another, is always a threat.
The boss has done well here. Clips it in here towards Pune. Near post. Did it go off the post? He whacked it with a great deal of authority to the 29-year-old.
Great first charge.
Oh, solid save, Motra, my word.
He was going the wrong direction. Obviously, when the shot is taken from that type of an angle, you always assume it's going to go far.
I don't know, I mean, his right arm was so strong that I thought it was off the post. It was almost impossible to save. He did. Brilliant from Benny Motra. I think his hand had to be a national team goalkeeper as well these days. Flamini with a little chip over the top. Offside flags up against Pirates. 4 minutes of time were added on. Nearly two of those have elapsed, and Amazulu only need the one goal to spoil the party for the home side and make it consecutive draws after Pirates had drawn goalless away at Steve Parker's Stellenbosch FC. They might even get a free kick here. They're not going to get a free kick. Oh, belated whistle from Mr. Kuta.
Yeah, Kumedo was careless there. He threw himself and wasn't really looking at the ball. And I've been very concerned if the ref didn't give a foul in favor of Orlando Pirates.
When tonight will be 3 victories in a row for Orlando Pirates at home over Amazulu. 4-1 on the 23rd of February 2019. 1-0 on the 25th of January 2020. 1-0 here tonight. Benny McCarthy's getting upset, and so is Joseph Zimbauer. Are we going to see a flurry of insults from one demarcated coaching area to the other? Because Zimbauer is not impressed.
So is Benny McCarthy outside his technical bench. Obviously, Zimbauer wasn't happy with the way that Kumedo clattered into his player. And I think that's all these chaos stems from initially.
All the passion in the DSTV Premiership. But we saw that in the match as well between, who was it, Chakuma and Maritzburg United, with Middendorp and Dylan Kerr also having a little bit of words. But that's a bit of a strongish challenge, I think, from Gumede. Be surprised if he wasn't yellow carded for that. Zimbauer irate. So Pirates down to 10 men for a moment at completely the wrong time of the game, and the header's wide from Sigakane. Pule's back on his feet. I can look out the combox window and confirm that for you. The return to the field of play. And Orlando Pirates now just 10 seconds away from winning this encounter. I think there'll be much more than just the 10 seconds permitted by Mr. Kunta because of that injury in stoppage time to Maliela Pule. Pule, can he rub salt into the wounds of Amazulu, who look to lose back-to-back matches, surely for the first time this season. Nice turnover ball here for Amazulu. Doesn't last long though. Orlando Pirates now 40 seconds nearly into the 5th minute of stoppage time added on. This is correct though from referee Kunta, because there was that injury to Maliela Pule. Mayela with the header away. There's only black jerseys around the ball. They'll take their time. They can take their time. Ben Moshwari wide to Ndlobu. Anywhere will do. Makaringa's got a bit of space. Makaringa will have the final touch. And Orlando Pirates will claim a very, very valuable points here at home at the Orlando Stadium. Back-to-back losses by a 0-0 for Amazulu and Benny McCarthy. And they will have to wait until Wednesday, the 2nd of June, before they take on Swallows FC down at the Johnson's Kings Park Stadium, while Orlando Pirates travel to Mbombela on Sunday to take on TX Galaxy. And that's going to be an interesting encounter. And coaches still having words with each other, but William Shongwe, an entertaining match. And Pirates deservedly, I think, on the balance of play, winning this one, as the coaches have to be restrained. And that's a bit unfortunate for what has been a good evening.
Indeed, I think for me, that what stood out today is an Orlando Pirates that defended way better than we've seen them do in the past games, and which I think I can credit these 3 points to how they defended. Still in build-up play, and they're attacking there. There's still lots of work to be done. But, 3 points is 3 points, particularly around this time. For what they would like to achieve as a team, if they can hit that second spot, I think it'll been a great season for them. Remember, they won the MTN 8, and then the second position, CAF Champions League. Hey, what more can you ask for?
Well, these things are all possible because Orlando Pirates draw level with Abafana Vestende, although they are slightly behind on goal difference, 2 goals in goal difference. They do have that match in hand, and if Pirates win the match against TX Galaxy, I'm not wishing any harm on TX Galaxy, then Pirates are up to 49 points, and then it's all to play for as far as the final matches are concerned. The calm seems to have returned to the Joseph Zinbauer camp. I'm not sure that the same will apply to Amazulu. It's never easy being a losing coach, particularly when they've had a 16-match unbeaten run, but that ended against Barocca. And now back-to-back losses for Amazulu for the first time in the season just exemplifies the late stage of the season that has turned a little bit pear-shaped. Nonetheless, Amazulu still in second place, but Pirates win tonight with a Mahango goal, 1-0.
It's all over the Orlando Stadium in the DSTV Premiership. Orlando Pirates get the vital 3 points, moves them then to 46, tied with Golden Arrows. Arrows, though, stay in position number 3 with a superior goal difference. Completing the number of teams there in the top 8 is Barocca. Interestingly then, Amazulu staying on 50 after 28 games. Pirates now have played their 27 games. They still have that game in hand, so they'll continue to play a catch-up. Let's look at the bottom half then of the log standings. You see then TS Galaxy position number 9 with 32 points. Bloemfontein Celtic number 10 with 31. And then Kaizer Chiefs with 30. Then it gets interesting. Maritzburg United, Chakuma, Stellenbosch, Chippa United and Black Leopards. Not much separating those teams, languishing at the wrong end of the DSTV Premiership table. So much to play for then at the Orlando Stadium. A lively, better performance from both teams really in the second half that ended up with Orlando Pirates winning by that solitary goal scored from a set piece by Kabadinho Mhango. There's a couple of things that we'd like to look at before we go back to the Orlando Stadium to get the reaction from the coaches and also to find out who the DSTV Premiership Man of the Match was. Amanda and Jabu with me in studio here. So Amanda, at the end of 90 minutes, Orlando Pirates do annex the vital 3 points in a game that really improved, particularly in that second half.
Well, of course, there had to be some changes that were going to be instituted, and Jabu and I actually had to rewind to see the sense of urgency, because sometimes you don't have to wait until that 60th minute, Jabu. If you see Uguti Izinto are not